Howdy y'all, my name's Kev and I'm creative as hell, but I'm about to be broke in 27 days if I can't get more creative projects in the door. So I thought it'd be fun to document my journey from zero to somewhere this month in my creative business without abandoning my joy, integrity, and play, which are so crucial for my creativity to be abundant and thriving. So I'm going to share with you everything that's working, what's not working, and whatever spaghetti I throw at the wall, to see if hopefully something sticks so that you all can be inspired to follow your heart's desire, your ambition, and to maybe play a little bit more big in life. So without further ado, let's dive right into what I am working on today. All right, y'all, so here's the program. I'm going to show you what's going on in my little creative world. So, broke in 27 days now, and just as a reminder, my name's Kev. I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I'm also a part cowboy, part architectural designer, and an avid hydrodynamic researcher because I love surfing. So what I'm really going to be transcribing for you today are not only like the strategies that I'm using, but more so the reframe of the everyday experiments that I'm running, the mental frameworks that I'm implementing into my life, and whatever actionable insights that arise that are going to help me grow my creative business from the inside out, because I believe that all outer success is first a product of cultivating the right level of embodiment inside, and then we see the results then happen in our outer environment. So I want to hopefully inspire you to see that if this kooky cowboy can do it, then you absolutely can too. So we are on episode 2. This is what's going on. So I am building a new product from scratch, and I want to be crowdsourcing what I call feed forward for this product exploration. But before we dive into that, here's sketch of the day, something I want to incorporate. This is the K Valley House by Herbst Architects, and I only had a blue pen, so I did the sketch in a blue pen and watercolored it, but kind of a fun exercise to get me into my creative body and to get me more in tune with my head, my heart, and my hands. So as I'm talking about building a new product from scratch, why am I doing this? Well, I just tried to launch a cohort and it flopped. Not necessarily because of the tactics, but because it was a really difficult and turbulent month for me, and a lot of my insecurities came up from just some circumstance happening that made me kind of embody a state of just scarcity and survival, which is not a place to be launching anything into the world in hopes to actually have that be well received. You know, like, you attract what you are, not what you want. So I attracted more of what I already was, which was scarcity, looking for evidence of why I wasn't good enough, and I got it. So nonetheless, I'm taking a lot of the pre-course assignments and pre-recorded content that I was going to make for that cohort anyways, and I'm going to package it up into sort of its own productized offering. So right now I'm calling it the Embodied Creator Toolkit, but really how I like to describe it is emotional productivity for the ambitious creative. So it's a toolbox to help you increase calm, refine clarity, and upgrade your confidence, even when life really starts to throw a wrench into your expectations and life gets muddy and difficult, because this path isn't easy. Entrepreneurship is really, really difficult. So I'm not going to go into the ins and outs, but I'm having fun designing these little thumbnails and kind of structuring how I want this course to flow, or program, training, whatever it is. Kind of again, following that inside-out approach. It's going to start with reimagining your identity and your everyday life, to leaning into what you avoid, finding where you're in resistance and where there's some stuck feelings in your body, then tuning into design and how it impacts your nervous system, which impacts your ability to create, and then focusing on how to embody the art of doing business consciously, and how to be a good communicator, how to make good decisions, and how to essentially offer your service and your products into the world in a way that feels aligned and heart forward. So stay tuned for that. That's what I'm going to be working on right now. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. How I'm structuring it at this moment is just a pre-recorded, go at your own pace product. But I'm also debating whether or not to make it sort of a community where people opt in for like a one-time fee and they get to be a part of the community, and then there's weekly calls, or there's maybe weekly or monthly hot seat coaching or just a collaborative kind of workspace, something along those lines, kind of debating what business model would be better. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. But back to what's going on in my life right now, to update you from where we left off last time. I said I had a coaching container up for renewal, and I've been working with this client one-to-one who's been amazing. He had such amazing transformation throughout the last 60 days of our time together. But unfortunately, it's not going to be renewed. It's a double-edged sword, right? He's experienced so much change and growth, and I feel like he is resourced to go out and really embody the next steps confidently and with clarity and with connection on his own. Of course, you want to be there to help someone play big, but I can honor the fact, like, wow, it's been a tremendous help to, he says it's been a tremendous help working with you. It's like I've been firing on all cylinders, and he's got all this work to do, and it's beautiful. So it's great to see that how much you can help someone, but it's also a sort of a grieving. Like the end of a container is sort of a death and a grief. And not to mention, just for sake of getting income in the door, that would have been amazing, but you can't be attached to these things. So that's update number one. Local marketing. So I've been hitting Nextdoor hard on my analogical side, my design and fabrication. So what I do is I post 3 times a week because I'm finding that that's every day on Nextdoor is way too much. So I live in a really small town, and this is a great way that it gets my eyes directly in front of the homeowners and businesses that are in this area for free. So I want to show you the first post that I made that brought in $4,000 of revenue for my business. So it was just a silly little picture, iPhoneograph, about a handsome handrail. And just a super simple call to action. It kind of feels more like an ad than anything. The post only got 4 likes. It got about 3 comments that I responded to, so it says 6. But it booked a $4,000 project. Likes hate cash. This guy, JK Molina, came up with that. I think it's funny. So just some statistics. I only have 586 neighbors in my town. So out of the 586 neighbors, 4 likes, but it booked a project for $4,000. That's pretty insane. So that got me really stoked on doing Nextdoor. So I posted today how to turn 20 feet of material into something useless. You bend it 8 times at 5,600 degrees. So I'm kind of been trying more storytelling and just kind of creating sort of a brand versus, hey, I'm a business. It's like, hey, I'm a human, this is what I'm doing, and I also offer this. And I'm finding that not every single post needs to have a call to action because I would just want to be a human on there. So some previous posts too. This was 365 days ago. I burned 56 planks of cedar in 24 hours. It was wild. My friend and I did that together, and it was pretty interesting just being around a flame and hearing that for so long. Just all you heard was flame and just smelling charred cedar. It was amazing. But look at this. Again, from the 500 people in my town, 45 people liked it, 15 comments, made a second one because people are like, we want more, we want to see more photographs, because this was more about the wood, and this one's more about the design. And again, 18 engagements, comments, yada, yada, yada. That's a lot for such a small town. So I'm getting my work directly into the community that's already here. That's a great way of just daily sort of conscious advertising. And when I don't have a call to action, my profile has obviously a link to my website, so anyone who wants to check it out. So loving Nextdoor. And then just to share some vulnerability, like I want to lead from the inside out and be transparent as possible. So people resonate with raw vulnerability, and here's the numbers. Like this is my reality right now. $0 a day for 7 days right now. Anyone who has been an entrepreneur or solopreneur or one-person business knows like that's reality, and it can be really, really freaking scary. So what's going on? I kind of expressed to you about my product build, but I write every day, I post on my Twitter, I make new articles. So I got a new article on the website, 7 practices to prevent burnout and boost creative clarity, because it's extremely important to really take care of your nervous system and to be kind to your mind and your body when you have this desire to go and to build, because the last thing, the thing that is a surefire way to kill your dreams is burnout. So doing that, emotional productivity is sort of like my focus right now. That's like the toolkit / I'm kind of calling it emotional productivity. I think it's a really important asset for people to know how to cultivate that calm, confidence, and clarity in the adversity of entrepreneurship. And I feel like that's something I've really integrated into my life, how to stay balanced, how to really feel everything that comes up without repressing it, and how to just be a full, raw human who's vulnerable, because the world resonates with that. So the feed forward I'm looking for, like I said earlier, do I want it to be self-contained course, training? Do I want it to be like a group program where there's supplemental training but then live calls every week? Not feeling that, because what I just tried to launch was that, and it seems like it would be better to have a product. Or is this a community where maybe it's, earlier I said a one-time fee. Community obviously would be more like a quarterly fee where people pay in, and then they also get like the weekly or monthly hot seat coaching and guest calls, so it's more integrative. Let me know what you think. What would be a better way to structure this product that I'm building? And then lastly, another big why. Why all this digital shit right now? It's like I love working with my hands, and I'm always going to be putting my hands, my heart, and my head together to create something, and I'll do it forever. But I just want a more scalable business model. Like, the way that I want to grow into my ambition probably isn't going to be from me working alone in my shop every day, trying to make some big business happen. Like, I love that. I want that to be a part of my life. But for me to own my desires of wanting to own a property in California, have time and space to learn from my future kids and give them a beautifully resourced childhood, and to have the freedom to maybe live in Italy for 3 months a year, because I lived there for a year and I loved it. Probably designing and fabrication isn't quite the way that's going to enable me to get there. So designing a more scalar system, in my eyes, doesn't require me to be in my shop, check out new projects, or having to work for new clients. I'm more about like building a distribution channel. Because like I said, right now I'm living in a town where the population is 2,361. Talk about rural town and its struggle being creative here. But it's nourishing in so many ways. But that's why the digital is so powerful, is I can leverage my knowledge, my process, and my unique skill set in a way that's accessible to the world digitally, where the analogical things that I create, I can create digital stories, offerings, insights, whatever it is off the back of those. So I can use the digital systems to take the constraint off of the need to go out there and do the client work, etc., etc. So just wanted to really clearly state why. Well, you have the skill, you're an architect, you're a welder, or why are you doing this? It's like, I got some big ambition, and I think that the future obviously is an integrative collaboration with media, the internet, and all things digital. It's not fully one or the other, it's both, so yeehaw, that's my update for you. I'll keep you posted on what's going to be happening tomorrow. Let me know your feedback. Again, as I mentioned, if you want 3 free experiments to help you kind of get unstuck if you're feeling a little confused right now, you can check those out in the link in the description. And anything that I create, I'll be posting for you all to see, so feel free to just check out everything that's in the description. So thanks, y'all. Ciao.